Welcome to episode 2 of April Anger 2023. Our first match is going to be Captain Falcon against Ludwig, Bowser Jr. But he has the Ludwig skin. It's a little weird, like what do you call them? In the tournament bracket, though, it's going to be under Bowser Jr., so just know that. The names in the bracket are the names, like the nicknames that the amiibo have. That being said, some amiibo, like Captain Falcon, have a name that is too long for the 10 character limit. So that's why you can see Captain Falcon's amiibo nickname is just Captain, because I couldn't get it all to fit. And abbreviating it just kind of looked weird as well. Bowser Jr. going uncomfortably low with that recovery. Getting hit out of your uppy recovery does leave you without the clown car, unable to take most actions. Most specifically, any actions that gain you height. Catching Captain Falcon out with a fork, though. Jabbed off stage, not using side B to recover, landing on top of the ledge. Very risky proposition. Grabbing the ledge successfully that time. Taking a knee to the face. Funny enough, the Falcon Knee of Justice doesn't really have an official name, it's just Captain Falcon's forward air. Maybe they'll call it the knee, but for some reason everybody knows that it's the Falcon Knee of Justice. Don't know why, just everyone knows. We're back on Smashville again. The tournament is using the more restrictive stage options, so there's only about 5 of them in the rotation because some tournaments are more lenient than others, but the most consistent rule set I was able to find really just has 5 stages available. We don't even have alternates of certain stages just because it messes up the random stage selection. Some stages do have like identical platform layouts in their non-stage hazard versions. But if you include all of those, then some stages are highlighted a lot more than others. But it also means that you'll get certain things like certain stages in the same songs over and over and over again. Kind of a symptom of the competitive Smash Brothers scene. Bowser Jr. missing the knee, missing getting hit by the knee, I should say. Captain Falcon didn't shield that. He must have tried to drop it at the exact moment it hit. Oh, I guess the first parry, but he parried a drill. Bowser Jr. eventually picking up the Mecha Koopa. Getting a lot of these up tilt to up air combos. Some amiibo, when they come out of the training montage, have a tendency of jumping too much. Usually I try to train that out of them. However, on Bowser Jr. it actually works out pretty decently. The forward air, it lingers for a while, and the back air is pretty strong and quick. You can see from his gameplay that I did eventually hammer a lot of it out of him. But aerial spam does just work a little bit better for Bowser Jr. than a lot of other characters. Bowser Jr. getting the clown car back. Barely landing in time to get grabbed, though. You can grab characters who are airborne. It's pretty difficult. You actually have a smaller grab hitbox on most grabs in the game, if not all. Captain Falcon hasn't landed a single Falcon kick, at least that I remember. It's a pretty quick move to come out in Smash Ultimate, making it one of the more preferred kill options. Up smash will do it, though. Bowser Jr. loves laying down these bombs for Captain Falcon to deal with. A lot of them haven't hit their mark. Avoiding getting hit by a lengthy Captain Falcon combo. Instead compromising and getting hit by a short Captain Falcon combo. Throwing Captain Falcon off stage. Lays a Mecha Koopa. Captain Falcon was unable... Well, he didn't tech that. Bowser Jr. going low again. Getting killed for it. That's why you don't go low as Bowser Jr. For our next match, we've got some pretty strong theming. Samus against Zero Suit Samus. Obviously, thematically, Samus with the power armor would be a lot stronger than Samus without. Both characters do pretty well in Smash Brothers, though. Meaning it's not quite a closed deal. Falling up air from Samus, but not able to connect all the hits of the forward air, giving Zero Suit Samus a chance to escape. Zero Suit Samus keeps trading these stray hits with Samus, though, which is a little bit problematic because Samus with the armor is obviously a lot heavier than Samus without. Zero Suitless Samus, you know? And Zero Suit Samus being a fast, lightweight character, trading hits one for one with a heavier, harder hitting character really starts to leave you behind. Zero Suit Samus has been able to make up the difference, though, getting a pretty good up B on Samus at the ledge. That's gonna kill. The move sends you sideways instead of up. It's like a little up and sideways. Probably because the move sends you so far up anyway. If the move sent you upwards again at the end of the move, it would kill even earlier. Already it's one of Zero Suit Samus' best kill moves. Offstage pressure against Zero Suit Samus. Against Samus, Zero Suit Samus barely making back the ledge, not B-reversing a lot of these recoveries. In that case, it worked out because it was able to hit Samus. Samus with the up air is going to kill Zero Suit, though. Only taking 29% over the course of that whole stock. Zero Suit Samus is a character who often needs specific setups to be most effective, and the amiibo are not very good at those specific setups. On-stage spike. It sends a message, I guess, but gameplay-wise it's not as effective as you'd like. Off-stage spike, however, is very effective, and it sends a much stronger message. Catching the down air with the forward air. Great timing on Samus' part. Samus does have a fully charged shot. The amiibo do tend to have a problem using these charged moves. They love to charge them, but they have a lot harder time using them. Getting a lot of up airs against Zero Suit Samus, though. Offstage pressure. Zero Suit makes it back and kills Samus in revenge. Zero Suit Samus running away in typical Zero Suit Samus fashion. Not that Samus is much better, but usually Samus runs away and spams projectiles. Zero Suit Samus just runs away and hopes you overcommit. At least, you know, in my experience. Able to reach the ledge again. Zero Suit Samus is not reversing any of these recoveries. Trading in a pretty cinematic fashion. Offstage pressure. Nobody dies this time, though. Putting Samus right back off stage. Zero Suit Samus not reaching the ledge. That's why you be reverse. And here we've got Pikachu against Toon Link. Could be a little rough for Toon Link. Toon Link being, well, one of the Link characters, usually excelling at keeping opponents away with a bevy of projectiles. But Pikachu is just a fast and agile enough character. He can usually make it back to, whoever he's trying to pursue. And the Thunder Jolt as well, providing a projectile that bounces along the ground. It actually does mean you can go airborne, use the projectile, and it's actually slow enough that you can follow up on it, or follow alongside it. Ironically, if the move was just a little bit faster, it might be just a little bit worse. I'm sure people would find other ways to use it, though. Thunder Jolt arcing almost completely around Toon Link there. Not what you expect. Usually, you'd expect that sort of thing to hit. Toon Link with the taunt. That is unfortunate. We have weeded out all of the amiibo who are unable to contend, those who didn't make it past the qualifiers. So you do expect to see higher intensity matches, kills being made quicker, I guess a little bit more survivability, which I guess is why the matches aren't usually shorter or longer, because the amiibo know how to kill better, but they also know how to not get killed better. This is only the first round, so I guess we won't see the really intense gameplay until near the end of the tournament. Toon Link getting the first blood. Well, first kill, I guess. Smash Brothers doesn't have blood in it. It would be a lot less child-friendly of a game if people were bleeding all over the place. Especially with the trend in modern culture to use an absolutely obscene amount of blood and gore. Some sort of... It seems to be used as, like, the main selling point. Like, oh, look, this has so much blood. Which is especially weird, because usually things that are appropriate for all ages just do better. I mean, Smash Brothers is insanely successful. Can't tell you the last time I've met someone in real life who's played Mortal Kombat. Well, who plays Mortal Kombat? They've made like 11 of the things, but it's just nowhere near as popular as beating the crap out of each other with cartoon hammers. Toon Link with the same taunt. It just hurts. It hurts to see. It hurts me to see. Pikachu able to apply a lot of pressure with that Thunder Jolt and forward air. Toon Link able to make it out relatively unscathed. Alright, he just lost the stock. He has been scathed. Pikachu is catching a lot of these bombs. Especially that one, able to catch mid-air dodge. When you're air dodging, you can still catch items. Usually you don't... Well, first of all, usually you don't try to air dodge to avoid... Pikachu with the retaliatory taunt. Can they hear me? What are they doing? Toon Link falling for the most forecasted up smash I've seen in quite a while. Catching the roll with the Thunder Jolt. Just getting that extra damage on Toon Link. Pikachu, unlike Pichu, does not take self-damage from electric moves, meaning that Pikachu can, and often will, great follow-up by Toon Link there. Pikachu can and will just spam Thunder Jolt. Pikachu recovering the ledge. Usually Pikachu's been recovering on top of the ledge. Which is strange to say because it's not normally a entirely bad thing. However, sometimes you really would prefer to be grabbing the ledge. Pikachu catching another bomb. Starting a collection? Gonna get tracked by the government at this rate. Toon Link with a great, well, bomb re-grab into the down air. The momentum actually letting him avoid Pikachu's assault. Using Zair, that's what we call the aerial grab hitbox. And back throw's gonna kill. For those who don't know, Toon Link has a killing back throw. Pikachu being just light enough to get yeeted into the corner to death. Now we've got Dark Samus against Snake. Hope we're not on a dark stage, it would be just so hard to see the characters. Samus using a high recovery to the top platform, no idea why. Kicking the crap out of each other. Kicking is a valid tactic in Smash Brothers. Snake's C4 is about to detonate in about 5 seconds. Those who don't know is... Oh. Okay, it turns out my math was a little bit wrong. It usually takes about 30 seconds to go off. Snake placed it at the very start of the match, so I guess it's just under 30 seconds. It can be actually incredibly hazardous towards, well, Snake players. The player who isn't Snake has to avoid the C4, because Snake can detonate it whenever he wants. However, the Snake player, well, usually wants to take advantage of that space you're controlling, but if you try to take advantage for too long, your C4 can blow up in your face, and it is a very strong move. And sometimes if your opponent is pressuring you, you don't exactly have time to run away. Parrying the up smash instead of shielding it, or going for a second parry, that's a little confusing. Why would you... Snake's forward smash does not break a shield, which is good. It, does take about half of your shield. Placing a C4 at the ledge, that might come in handy later. Snake using his recovery armor through the forward air. Going low, he's able to air dodge up to the ledge though. And the Cypher hitbox actually hit Dark Samus, getting a good parry and an up tilt to secure the stock. Got Dark Samus off stage, uses exactly one up smash. Pretty good trick from Snake right there. Samus went for the get-up attack. Get-up attacks are... so they're not the worst thing in the world. If someone's nearby, you can hit them, and then obviously they won't be able to hit you. However, if the opponent sees it coming, they can punish it in a whole bunch of ways. Usually, you just jump over the opponent and use a down air. Forward smash coming out too slow. Fortunately, Snake's rocket launcher is slower than Dark Samus's missile. Well, unfortunately for Snake. Gotta try to be unbiased in these. Dark Samus got Snake off stage, letting him land on the top platform. Up smash on the platform again. Following it up with an up air. The up smash was too quick to come out, even though Snake rolled in the right direction to get punished. Snake air dodging onto the stage, getting a forward tilt for his troubles. Tides have turned, now Dark Samus is off stage, and now Snake is off stage again. Dark Samus is not punishing any of these high landings. Granted, it is a little bit harder on Snake compared to a lot of characters, but also Snake is one of the few characters who prefers to go that high. Because if he goes low and you break his Cypher, he doesn't get it back. Well, obviously he gets it back eventually, but you can't immediately use his move again. Dark Samus getting the kill, now wanting to avoid all of Snake's kill moves. Down throw. So down throw combos into up tilt at about 170%. Guess I'm gonna have to double check that. But anything before then, and the opponent doesn't have enough frame disadvantage to make it guaranteed. Since up tilt kills at about 110% on most characters, it's definitely a kill combo. But it's a kill combo that relies entirely on the formula of the down throw frame advantage. Samus trying to charge up a charge shot, but getting hit by the Cypher. Pretty good for Snake. It means there's one less threat he has to worry about. Especially because, unlike Samus, Dark Samus seems a lot more willing to use the fully charged charge shot. Playing by the ledge, Snake's able to escape the pressure, places a C4, but takes too long. He's going to get hit back off stage for it. Landing high. Playing off stage. Samus is not going to be able to make that back. Snake swings it around for the victory. Now we've got Mega Man against Palutena. Mega Man being a character with a whole bunch of projectiles, Palutena having a couple of projectiles and a reflector. However, it is not a reflector she can hold indefinitely, it's one of the counter-reflectors. That they... Honestly, they're new to Smash Ultimate, they weren't in pad. Palutena is going with all of these winged smash attacks. All of her smash attacks. She's got the percentage lead, so... Shouldn't knock it too hard, but... Good back air against Mega Man on that platform. Mega Man running... Oh, actually he goes for some projectiles. Cutting me off mid-sentence. On-stage spike, but he doesn't go for the off-stage spike. Getting a late hit of forward air instead. Lands on the correct side of Palutena. Eventually he jumps into her second up smash. Got Palutena off stage. She makes it back, free of charge. Mega Man making it back, avoiding all of Palutena's barrage of smash attacks. Catching the projectile with a physical move that is usually why you don't want to use projectiles too up close. Up air is going to kill Mega Man though. Forward air is going to kill Palutena. You don't usually see a Mega Man go that deep. Mega Man tech rolling through the up smash. You do get some invincibility frames. And teching the forward smash? One of the hypest Mega Man I think I've seen. And he isn't even using Metal Blade footstool combos. He is just... Well, okay, until just now, he was just dominating Palutena. Palutena jumping while in the up air! That's something you don't do. If you jump while you're in Mega Man's up air, you get all of the momentum from your jump, you get a boost from the wind box of the up air, and because it's an attack, it counts you as being not in knockback, but being pushed off stage, which means that the leniency of the blast zone is reduced. There is an area off screen where you can exist and not die, but if you're undergoing any sort of knockback, Mega Man with another parry, by the way, if you're undergoing any sort of knockback, it counts you as, well, being in knockback, and it kills you. It's kind of like the downward spike hitbox. It's a lot more noticeable off the top of the screen. I don't even know if they have it off the side of the screen in this game. Especially at the speeds everyone gets launched at, it doesn't usually come into effect, except if you've been launched and you tried to air dodge the boost of the air dodge doesn't count you as not being a knockback, and it will kill you sooner. Mega Man's able to air dodge back to the ledge. Palutena tries to go for a combo that doesn't exist, and a forward smash from across the stage isn't going to kill Mega Man. Going for another smash attack. I don't remember this. What happened in Palutena's training? Mega Man hitting the sweet spot of the up tilt on Palutena. Able to beat her with a stock to spare. Up next, we have Bayonetta against Peach. Back in the days, it would be almost unheard of to see two female Smash Brothers characters fighting each other. Which is a little weird, because it's not like they've ever been excluded. Samus was in the first game, and Samus is female. Even though the games are called Smash Brothers, it's, you know, in a reference to the Mario Brothers. But over time, they have expanded the variety of the cast. It's just something about video games, and I guess the disposition of men to be more punchy. I mean, you just have to look at how many men's versus women's prisons there are. I feel like that one's not even up for debate. Which is sad, because the solution is obviously for less men to go to prison. But I'm sure there's someone who's gonna say, oh, well, why aren't there more female inmates? Like, no, we do not fix the problem by having more women commit crimes. Anyways, back to the game. Sorry for rambling a bit there. Bayonetta getting a combo against Peach at the top of the screen, does not follow it up with an up air, which probably would have killed Peach off the top. Bayonetta using her jump before her up B, but air dodging to the ledge. Now, Peach did get off a taunt earlier. Don't think that I didn't notice that. I'm not going to call out all of them, but Bayonetta's up smash is tall enough. It does make it up to the platform. Peach with another taunt. Maybe I should start keeping a list. The problem is how difficult it is to train taunting out of your amiibo. Especially because sometimes through no fault of your own, they do it anyway. And then the biggest problem is we still don't, completely know how the AI of the amiibo learning system works. However, it's pretty clear that hitting them with a move, or them hitting a move, increases their likelihood to use it. Peach not getting killed there. The problem is that once the amiibo starts to use any move, they'll start to hit the move, and that will encourage them to use the move more often. And I'm pretty sure something is similar going on with taunting. The more they taunt, the more they realize, hey, I should be doing that more. Even though you usually don't want them to. In a more casual environment, I mean, it's fine. Mental damage on your opponent. But for amiibo you want to be effective, taunting doesn't do anything. There are only a couple taunts in the game that have any practical purpose. And sometimes the practical purpose is it moves your hurt boxes. Just slightly, but most characters have a running speed or an air speed where they can do that far more effectively just through movement alone. It's actually a problem that started in Smash 4, believe it or not, because of Bayonetta. So Bayonetta had taunts that you could cancel, which, it's fine, it's in character and everything. But then Bayonetta players started using taunts in tournament. And you'd think, why would they do it? Well, there was no punishment for taunting, because you can cancel you can cancel her taunts. Most dangerously, you can cancel her taunt with like an up smash or something. And since in Smash 4 not everybody could cancel taunts, it meant that of all the matchup knowledge you had to have against Bayonetta, the rarely used can cancel a taunt into a smash attack. If you didn't know it, you try to punish the player for recklessly taunting, and then sometimes die yourself instead. But because, I'm pretty sure because Bayonetta players used all the taunts, they wanted taunts to be more used in Smash Ultimate, so they made it so any taunt, except those with like a hitbox, which there aren't strong hitboxes, mind you, that almost any taunt can be cancelled. But that makes a taunt far less committal. It used to be that the effectiveness of the taunt was telling the opponent, hey, I don't need to be doing anything for the next second or two, so I'm instead gonna gloat in your face. And that's why especially people usually use it when the opponent was dead, because the opponent couldn't do anything about it. They were respawning. And if you didn't have any special attack to charge or whatever, I mean, from a casual perspective, it's fun to do. However, now that you can cancel any taunt, the effectiveness of telling the opponent, hey, I don't need to do anything for the next 10 frames until, you know, I can start canceling the move into anything else, is not nearly as effective. So ironically, taunts would be more effective if you couldn't cancel them. They ended up making it back. Peach also making it back. Bayonetta getting Peach off stage. Getting a lot of these Bayonetta combos. That one following up with an up air, but it's unable to connect. 2 hits of the forward air. Interesting. I don't even know if the third one would have hit. Up smash is going to kill Peach! On the platform! Bayonetta pulling it back from a deficit for a large majority of the match. Up next, we've got King K. Rool against Olimar, the large crocodile and the tiny astronaut. Which, now they say it out loud, kind of sounds like it would be a kid's book. Looks like we're going to be on Smashville. A lot of large hits going out. Olimar knowing to shield King K. Rool's propeller pack. Maybe it's called the helicopter? I don't remember. Olimar pulling off to a quick lead. Even sneaking out his 4th Pikmin. Now all of his Pikmin are dead. Gets the purple one against King K. Rool. Barely dying off the side. Advantage Olimar. Throwing his Pikmin on stage. That's actually optimal. When you have more Pikmin, you can't use your recovery as far of a distance. So to get more recovery, you have to throw your Pikmin. If you're going to throw your Pikmin, you're at least going to try to hit the opponent with it. King K. Rool finally using belly armor to armor through a Pikmin. His foot gets hit with the red Pikmin, taking some damage for that. Outlook's not looking good for King K. Rool. Especially because Olimar's next Pikmin is now the purple one. He uses a forward tilt. Forward air with the purple Pikmin. Purple Pikmin do the most knockback. King K. Rool with a taunt. That is a shame. Especially because he's losing. Able to make it back. But he still hasn't killed Olimar once. And Olimar has just killed King K. Rool. That wasn't even a 2-minute match. And for the final match of this episode, we're going to have Ice Climbers against Mii Swordfighter. Oh, I always forget how cursed I made the Mii characters look. Ice Climbers getting a lot of up airs in. Due to the way the hit stun and hit lag works, Ice Climbers actually get a couple more up airs simply because, well, the hit stun and hit lag of the second Ice Climber doesn't affect the first, but it does affect the opponent, assuming you hit them with it. Already getting a large percentage lead against Mii Swordfighter. even though they're almost exclusively using up air. Not to say that this match is decided, the Ice Climber amiibo have a tendency of losing one of their Ice Climbers. Up air's gonna kill Mii Swordfighter above the top platform. Now Mii Swordfighter is finally able to start splitting up the Ice Climbers. Once they start taking different amounts of knockback, well, the more vast the difference. For example, there you can see the second Ice Climber wasn't able to make it back to the stage, because it got sent so much further. Without having the second Ice Climbers are weaker, well, just overall. The very tip of that dash attack connecting, but Pope was able to make it back. Getting hit off stage, Squall Hammer's not enough to make it back, ensuring the death of the Ice Climbers. Alright, now they're both at one stock, but with both Ice Climbers, the Ice Climbers seem to have the advantage. Going for a throw combo, usually that doesn't, but... the second Ice Climber knew to go off stage to retrieve the first one. Sometimes they don't do that. Something you always gotta watch out for. Utilizing the AI of the second climber is definitely something that Ice Climber players in real life need to know. The amiibo doesn't have that problem, mainly just because they're both using usually the same or similar AI base all of the time. Mii Swordfighter able to hit one of the Ice Climbers, but being punished by the second one. It is one of the hazards you run. It's not quite like fighting a 2v1, but in cases like that, it definitely feels like it. Second Ice Climber going too low, able to make it back barely with the recovery. Hit off stage, retrieving... Oh, no, up air's gonna kill Popo. That doesn't even get to fall off the stage to a death. Ice Climbers taking their first hit from the weak hitbox of Shuriken. It is a shame that Mii Swordfighter keeps using the Shuriken up close instead of from a further distance. It's a pretty fast projectile, but up close it doesn't even deal knockback. You know, depending on how close you are. It's one of the few projectiles that is more effective at a longer range. But even then, it's not because... Well, okay, so projectiles are usually more useful at longer ranges. That's why they give them kind of like a version of scaling, so they just do less percent in knockback when used farther away. There are a couple projectiles that actually do more damage instead of less the further away you make them. However, the way the Shuriken works is that it naturally gets more damage over distance. I'm not sure if it still has the same penalty applied to it, but if it does, the natural scaling of the projectile outpaces it. Especially because it's all a huge technicality anyway. Single Ice Climber off stage. Getting hit. Mii Swordfighter's gonna carry on. Ice Climbers are gonna have to pack their bags. Did they share the same bag? Hope you've enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Make sure to check your brackets.